From 2002 to 2022, the amount of waste disposed of in landfills across Canada like this has reached 26.6 million tons. That's a lot of waste. Do you know how many valuable materials end up in there that could have been made into something new and given a second life? That's the heart of circular economy. Instead of letting materials go to waste, we keep them in circulation by reusing them over and over again. How amazing is that? There are so many ways that the circular economy can be applied, so our group decided to tackle creating clean, renewable energy. With global warming threatening our future and energy demands growing, renewable energy is becoming more and more essential. But here's the question. How do we apply it here at UBCO?
Not all our buildings use renewable energy. Other than some residence buildings like Purcell and Nicola with rooftop solar panels, most buildings here still rely on conventional energy resources. So why aren't we using more sustainable energy resources across campus? Plus, tons of students commute on BC Transit buses to and from campus daily. Kelowna's buses recently went electric, which sounds great, but the electricity comes from sources like natural gas. So are we actually getting the sustainability benefits we think we are? With that in mind, to make UBCO fully sustainable, we are using reusable materials from landfills and e-waste facilities to apply more renewable energy resources to UBCO campus buildings and buses.
To make sure a solution is realistic to build and use, we put together 5 key design requirements. First, end-of-life recoverability. Our solar panel should be easy to take and apart and reuse once it reaches the end of its lifespan. Second, it has to be lightweight. Since these panels are meant to be portable and installed on transit buses, they can't interfere with vehicle performance and should be easy for anyone to handle. Third, the design needs to meet legal and safety requirements. Our panels would need to pass tests that the Government of Canada has run on solar panels for handling extreme weather. Fourth, a reliable installation mechanism. The last thing we want is panels flying off in bad weather, so choosing a strong attachment method is essential. Adhesives can work on glass, anchors on brake, and clamps on buses, so no drilling is required. Lastly, the panels must be highly durable. We want them to last for decades, which means surviving extreme temperatures and handling loads up to 5,400 pascals. This prevents cracking, rusting, and major performance loss over time. Altogether, these 5 specifications help ensure our solar panels design is practical, safe, and truly sustainable.
Our design solution is the hexagonal fastener solar panels. They're composed of hexagonal solar panel modules that can connect together on their adjacent sides through a 30-pin USB attachment mechanism forming a honeycomb structure. With each module added to the structure, the system produces more renewable energy, filling the desired area by the clientele. It can be implemented on UBCO buildings as well as BC Transit buses. These modules connect via connector and port system, mimicking the technology we see in modern-day cell phones, such as like this. The odd sides are ports that can receive the connector, right here, and vice versa for the even sides. With each new addition of a module, means solid waste in surrounding communities decreases. Circulating materials like anodized aluminum for the frame, PV cells composed of recycled aluminum and glass, except tempered glass has to be cut and manufactured with care so that each module can withstand the harsh Kelowna temperatures.
But why are the sides exposed? Doesn't it rain in Kelowna?
This risk assumption is addressed with the use of capstones, which cover the external sides of the honeycomb structure. The connector inside of the capstone covers the connector end, and the port end side of the capstone covers the port end. We also employ the labyrinth method, which overlaps the gaps, and they all contribute to protecting the inside circuitry from precipitation, preventing any and all short-circuiting.
We tested the waterproof effectiveness of the capstones in our solar panel design by using a 3D printed prototype modeled by SolidWorks. We connected 3 of these prototypes in the honeycomb arrangement and weighed the mass of the prototype before and after the experiment to account for any water absorbed by it. By placing tissues between the capstones and each module, we can easily detect any water that enters the prototype by checking whether the tissues are damp. We tested the prototype under a shower head to simulate rain with a flow rate of 7.6 liters per minute and ran the test for about 10 minutes, equating to about 76 kilograms of water. Some tissues ended up dry, some were slightly damp, and we noticed that water droplets tended to collect on top of the modules before dripping between them. After testing, the mass of the water absorbed by the modules in that time interval was 17 grams, making the percentage of water absorbed versus received only 0.0224%.
However, our design isn't perfect. After a lot of testing, we noticed that constantly snapping the modules together wears down the 30-pin USB interlocking system. With so many electrical connection points between modules, there's also a higher chance of modules loosening and not connecting properly. An improvement we're exploring is adding magnets to the connector side of each module. That way the modules can snap together more smoothly, reduce mechanical wear, and at the same time, keep the electrical connection more consistent.
To conclude, let's discuss benefits of our solution. Our energy and carbon savings. Recycling aluminum and copper results in massive energy reductions compared to their primary production. This translates directly to a massive reduction in carbon footprint for our community and landfill benefits. Beyond just environmental protection, our proposed solution will significantly reduce stress on local landfills, freeing up valuable land for other community developments.